Welcome to The Explainer. So, have you ever thought about how individual acts of cruelty can somehow snowball into massive systemic evil? That's the exact question we're tackling today by diving deep into the philosophical fiction of the Symphony of Collective Malice. All right, let's jump right in. The story basically throws us, and this character called the Adventurer, into this really bizarre, confusing world of monologues. And that character's question, what is all this? Well, that's our starting point for trying to figure out what makes this whole place tick. So, first up, we meet a character called the Little Evil Bat. Don't let the name fool you, it might sound kind of cute, but its philosophy is, well, it's anything but. This is where we start exploring the role of the individual. The bat's job, as it describes it, is pretty fascinating. It doesn't actually create evil, it just whispers, you know? It nudges people who are already on the edge, already willing to do harm. And this creates a weird sense of futility, doesn't it? I mean, if the potential is already there, how much does one little whisper really change things? And that leads us to this core idea of redundancy. The bat starts to realize its own personal brand of malice is almost pointless. And why? Because there's something much, much bigger already in motion. And here it is. This is the moment we see the shift from a single impulse to something way bigger, the power of the collective. The backer's personal evil is just completely dwarfed by the whole apparatus of entire damn states. This is how individual malice gets amplified into something truly monstrous. Now, other characters, the assault droid and the Lord, they really build on this. Their whole argument is that collectives don't just allow malice, they institutionalize it. They turn it into an organized, efficient system. The assault droid isn't just a part of the system, it's a huge fan. It's actually celebrating the collective as this amazing tool that gives it the power, and more importantly, the permission, to hurt people without any personal blowback. It completely strips away individual responsibility and just replaces it with the authority of the group. So this is basically the droid's twisted logic, all broken down. The collective is like a force multiplier for cruelty. It takes a private, maybe even shameful impulse and turns it into this organized, celebrated system, an infernal limb of something much larger. Then we have the Lord, who comes in and explains the sheer hypocrisy at the center of all this. They describe the system as having two faces, right? There's the public shield, which is all about pretending to care, using the right language. But behind that, there's the hidden sword, the real weapon, the actual mechanism for causing pain, and you can even buy and sell it. And this is the ultimate deception. The very system that's causing all the harm turns around and publicly frames its actions as some kind of help for the troubled. It's this chilling feedback loop where the source of the problem is also pretending to be the only solution. Okay, so this all begs a huge question. What's the philosophical foundation for all this? Why would anyone not only go along with this grim reality, but actually embrace it? The assault droid gives us the terrifying answer. From its perspective, this violent collective isn't some horrible mistake. It's not a bug in the system. No, it's a perfect reflection of the universe itself. A universe that is chaotic, brutal, and, when you get right down to it, completely meaningless. So that leads to this horrifying idea. In this worldview, human systems, they don't protect us from how harsh reality is. They just organize it and make it bigger. Civilization isn't a safe house from the jungle. It's just a more efficient, better organized jungle. And then another character, the elf archer, kind of backs this up from a different angle. They suggest that this dark outlook isn't just being cynical or having a bad attitude. It might be the only logical conclusion you can come to if you're really looking at the world. In this way of thinking, any kind of optimism is just a delusion. So as we get to the end of our journey here, all of these ideas build up to one final chilling choice. And we come back to our guide from the beginning, the adventurer, who's had to listen to and process this whole symphony of malice. After seeing all of this, the adventurer completely rethinks what existence even is. It's not a journey with a purpose. It's just a terrible pause. It's like being in limbo, stuck between two awful options, the rot of a painful life and the nothingness of the void. And this really lays out the final choice that the text gives us. You've got incessant rot on one side, this hopeless, pointless, painful existence. And on the other, the eternal void, the absolute end of everything. So which one is worse? And that is where the text leaves us, right there, with that deeply unsettling question. It suggests that maybe the reason people endure, even in a system built on collective malice, isn't about hope or purpose. It's something much, much darker. It's the simple primal fear that nothingness might be even worse than all this suffering.